Welcome back to Aussie Beekeeping. So it's the 15th of December. We're down here today to check on what's happening with our bees, how much nectar's coming in. It looks like something's happening based on this action at the front of the white hive too. A lot of the other hives are about the same as well. It's about 15 degrees Celsius or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to get up to 31 today, so about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm down here pretty early, about 8:45 in the morning. Let's get into this white hive, see what all this fuss is about, see how much stores are coming in. So as you saw in the intro, there's a lot of traffic on these hives. Let's get into the top of the white hive and see what they're doing in that empty box. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always struggled with the amount of gauntlet on normal beekeeping gloves. It's designed to go underneath the jacket. A lot of the time, once you actually bring the gauntlet up and then attempt to put your jacket over the top, by the time you get to the bottom, the gauntlet's bunched up here. And that can be really, really annoying. However, one company has sorted that issue out. Hornsby Beekeeping Supplies have designed and manufactured their own short gauntlet glove. Cotton upper, goat skin leather at the bottom. Let's try these out and see how they go. So the first thing I notice is how supple this leather is. Obviously all leather's pretty supple when you first get them, so over time we'll have a look at these gloves and see how they go. So first time putting them on, they go on pretty easy. That gauntlet only goes up above your wrist. It's a really, really good option. And then when you put your jacket down, it's not bunched up. It's still up here. So that's really fabulous. So let's get these things working, see how we go with them today. I'll let you know what I think at the end of the day. So last time we were in here, this frame had nectar in it, and it now has absolutely 0 stores. And the second frame, which was almost capped off, that one's got a little bit of weight in it and it's got some nectar. But I would have thought there would have been a lot more action in this hive in the top of this box. So as yet I haven't smoked this hive. So top box looks really good. Lots and lots of bees up here. This hive is always pumping. So if you've watched any of the other videos on this hive, you've probably noticed just how calm it is. So let's pop a frame out. We'll go straight for the center. So a lot of weight on that frame, and it looks like very, very fresh nectar all the way through there, and you can see by that it's just pouring out. So look how calm these bees are. We've seen this hive, it's the most aggressive hive in this apiary, and look at them. No smoke. I'll pop that frame aside so we can have a look at some more. So next frame across. Hive's starting to get a little bit more agitated. Not angry, but look at that. That's really, really nice brood. In typical fashion of the white hive too, this queen is amazing. So you can see there, masses and masses of brood. Potential that the bottom box is a little bit empty. I'm not worried about that right now. I'll pop that frame back in. Now I'm just quickly going to have a look at this outside frame here. Looks like they've started to draw it out. Oh, it's definitely stuck in there. Oh, that frame's broken, look at that. Alright, it was stuck to the bottom one. Let me see what I can do about that. I might just quickly shake the bees off and then attempt to fix it. And look at that fresh nectar that's coming out of that. So this is unfortunate. I haven't got any nails on me. It needs a nail right through this middle there. We'll pop it back in, but that's freshly drawn comb. Doesn't look like any eggs, but there is very, very fresh nectar in there. I wonder if we've got a little bit of, we've got something on the flow at the moment. Let's have a quick look at this next frame. Very, very heavy frame, really nice. So we've got capped honey, lots and lots of nectar through here, and a really nice patch of brood. So it's pretty obvious we're getting a fair bit of nectar coming in. At least this big hive is utilising the nectar that's coming in. Not quite sure whether that's a lot of bees or a lot of nectar. Probably both. Wow. Look at that honey up there. Just beautiful. I'm tempted to have a little bit of a taste, but last time I had a taste, I ended up quite messy. So, did we look at this frame? I believe we did, or maybe we didn't look at this frame actually. Look at that. So I'm surprised they're not bringing up that honey into the top box. I'm sure they'll get there eventually. I think once we've looked in this top box, I think we'll probably leave these guys alone. They're pretty busy today. Here we've got a little bit of a practice cup, nothing to worry about. And a bit of brood. Look at that, really nice brood as well. Such an amazing hive. I'm almost tempted to utilise this queen. I mean, if I had a whole apiary full of these bees, I would have, you know, at least a couple of boxes of honey at the moment. I'll give you a closer look at that brood. Just look at that nectar. Just look at that nectar. Absolutely beautiful. Really light coloured. So let's get this hive back together. I think that other frame was the middle frame we went for originally. So I've managed to squish a couple of bees in moving those frames across, so you can see the hive starting a little bit more angry. We'll get this frame back in. There we go. Right, so I'll get this top box back on. We'll pack them up. So you might recall last time I was down here, we made a split off this red hive. So we've got one box that we had here, and then this box here was the top box from that hive. So it was just a walk away split. Let's get into this hive and the red hive and find out which one was queenless and which one made a new queen. They're definitely propolis themselves together. And plenty of bees. So at first glance they look very, very strong. Plenty of bees packed in this hive. I'm just going to grab my smoker. A little bit flighty. Could be indicative of being in the middle of requeening. So let's pop out a couple of frames. I'm going to go really gentle here. Outside frame, I can tell by just pulling that up that it's very, very light. They've got some stores, but not a lot happening. I'm just going to shake that frame off. Actually, I'm not going to shake the frame off. I was going to shake it off, but then I thought if there's a queen there, a virgin queen, I could very easily upset her. Very flighty. I imagine this is probably the Queenless hive. So plenty of bees. Same again on that side. Alright. We'll try for the next frame. So plenty of bees again. I can't see any brood. So this was probably the Queenless hive. Have a quick look for eggs. So there's a lot of polished cells through there, but no eggs. So here again, not a lot happening. Could be a potential queen cup they've attempted, but actually looking closely it just looks like a bit of wonky comb. And here we've got a little bit of a queen cup thing going on there. Let me have a close look in there. No egg in that. Next frame in. I might give them another puff of smoke. Let's see what that does to them. They're not overly happy anyway. So looks like they're absolutely queenless. I'm sort of surprised. I sort of thought they might have been able to make a queen. They had plenty of eggs. Here's a queen cup in here. Let's have a really good look in that. So I originally thought there might have been an egg in there, but there's just a little tiny little speck of something. No egg. Let's pop that frame in. I'm not going to break that cup down just in case they need it. You just never know. They're getting quite grumpy now. They're not trying to sting me, but they're all over me. So here we've got a little bit of drone brood. I thought I just saw the queen there for a second. So a little bit of drone brood. The reason there's drone brood is because drones take a lot longer to mature in the cells. So these will be about to hatch. They haven't been laid, and I wouldn't consider it to be a drone layer just yet. So a little bit of brood, a little bit of drone brood. Potentially a virgin, but there doesn't seem to be any cells or indicators of a queen. We'll check this last frame. So what I'm planning in my mind is, I'm planning the fact that I do need to put a frame of brood into this hive pretty quick smart so they can generate a queen. I've got just the hive that can donate a frame. Actually, do you know what would be a great idea? It would be a great idea if I utilised one of our rescue hives to donate a frame to see what type of bees that will generate. I think that might be the plan. Really heavy frame, lots of stores. So I'm not going to inspect the other box just yet. We're just going to take a small break. I'm going to jump over to the rescue hive and pinch a frame of brood. So I put the hive top feeder on this hive. Oh, they haven't taken down much of their syrup. It's been 2 weeks. Ooh. Lots and lots of bees. That's a good thing to see, isn't it? Okay. Let's have a quick squiz and see if they've got anything that they can offer up. So look at that. They've started to draw all this out, utilise it. Actually, it looks like they might have repaired this one. That's a nice little frame. Look. So that's got eggs in it. That's an outer frame. So right now that's a potential frame for that other hive. Being that it's on the outside of the box, it probably won't weaken them too much. And here we have another drawn out one that I've put in. So they've drawn that out. And it looks alright. It's got lots of brood in it, but it's got a little bit of egg and larvae around the outside. It's not extending to the end of the frame though. So this is one of the older frames. I am looking for the queen as I go. Oh, there's our queen, look at that. That looks like a different queen. Why is that? Oh, maybe I just haven't seen her for a while. The other hive had the very leathery looking queen in it. I don't know where she's gone, but I know she's in the middle of the hive, so that's good. Next frame, so they've drawn this out. It's got lots of eggs through here. So I don't know if they need much more from us today. I think what I'm going to do, maybe I'll have a quick look in some of these other, I'm just interested to see how it goes. I'll have another quick look in this. So they've got some brood, they're certainly building. I'm going to take that outside frame. Let's focus on the job at hand, and that is to rescue that other hive. So I'm going to shake this frame off. Okay, so I'm back over at the red hive. I'm going to yank one of these outside frames out. I think I might just donate it straight back to that other hive. It's got some stores in it. Yeah, they haven't done anything. So that frame's coming out. I'm trying to act quickly because I don't want those eggs to deteriorate. And that frame there with the eggs and bits and pieces in it will go straight into the middle. Now I'm going to mark that with an E. So we can follow along. So you can probably hear a little bit of noise in the background. We've got a very, very warm day tomorrow. It's going to be 42 degrees Celsius, or what's that, 109 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm down here checking the bees to make sure they're going to survive, and my uncle's down here slashing his property to make sure it doesn't burn down. So if you can hear that tractor in the background, that's Paddy on his tractor mowing his lawns. So here we are in the other half of the red hive. Now I imagine this is probably queen, right? Being that the other half of the box wasn't. So they've been working hard, new comb, fresh honey capped at the top. Same on that side. I'll pop that aside. We'll have a look at the next frame. So the next frame, so we've got larvae, plenty of bees. Oh, look at that. That's a nice little bit of laid out comb, isn't it? And there's plenty and plenty of eggs down in here. So, do I need to do anything else with this hive? Let me feel their weight. Yeah, they need some food. They're very, very light. I might quickly have another look just in the center of the hive. So we've got some old brood. So they're pumping, they don't have any issues, but I am going to feed them a nice big bag of syrup. The hives that haven't got any nectar in them, they're going to be fed just so they've got some moisture in the hive tomorrow during that hot weather. Couple of small slits, pop the lid back on, and they're good to go. So while we're looking at these rescue hives and rescuing hives, let's have a look in this other rescue hive. So hive top feeder looks pretty ordinary. There is an enormous amount of dead ants in there, and it stinks. Hopefully that hasn't caused any issues. Oh good, look at that. So the first thing I notice is how calm these bees are. I mean, they're not now because I've just opened them up, but when we first opened them, they were super chill. Let's see what they're doing. So super light frame, little bit of drawn out wax there, little cluster of bees. Next frame in, this is one of the older frames. So we've got brood, which is good. So you remember last time they got flooded? I've just dropped my hive tool straight down in between two frames. So they got flooded. Looks like they're recovering. I'm going to see if I can't rescue that hive tool quickly. There it is, sitting in the bottom of the hive. Okay. So, next frame in, let's have a suss. It's a really good cluster of bees. Good brood. It's combed so dark you cannot see into it. I cannot tell if there's eggs in that comb. Small amount of larvae between these cells, but no eggs. And here's a fresh comb that I put in. They've drawn it out by the looks of things. and they've started to lay. So this has got brood, and we've also got really nice little cluster of eggs all the way around. I'll let you have a look at that. And on the other side, similar thing. Really cool. So I'll get that one popped back in. And this looks like another new frame that I've put in here. So that queen's managed to lay that out. So this hive is well and truly on the road to recovery, which is great to see. So we've got a band of eggs around the bottom there too. I haven't seen much larvae, maybe just the timing's out a little bit. So plenty of pollen. Really nice. I'd love to see that queen again. She's so beautiful. I can't imagine much more is happening on the outside of this hive. No, they've started to draw the bottom of that out just a fraction. And the next comb looks like it's almost the same. So I don't think I'm going to do anything with this hive right now. I am going to pop that other frame back in. So I'm going to wash this feeder out, pop it back on. So you can see here, I've done a full inspection on the bees. These gloves have worked out really, really well. You can see by the amount of sweat how hot it is today. But what I'm absolutely loving is that my wrists aren't overly hot because I don't have 500 millimeters of glove bunched up underneath there. If you guys get a chance to have a look at these gloves and there's an opportunity to buy them, I would seriously consider it. So there we have it, rescuing a hive with the Rescue Hives. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one. If you want to pick up one of these brand new t-shirts or even one of these fantastic stickers, pop on over to stinghoney.com.au.